Hello everyone, my name is Ira Anis and I am a tutor of Advanced Performance Management ACCA. This video is actually just to give you some last minute recap things that what you should do in your paper and how to plan when just 1 week is left for your paper, right? So I'm just trying to keep this video as short as possible. So what you can do now, these are few tips. The first thing which I believe a student should now do is revise all the major topics and leave the uncovered part. Because if you are, let's suppose you are done with 80% of your syllabus or 90% of your syllabus or 75% of syllabus, try to make sure that you remember that part of your syllabus in your answer, in your on the day of your paper, right? I mean, trying to cover 20% now will soak up a lot of time of yours. So I believe that just forget about what is left and try to focus on what you know already and try to be confident on what you know, right? In case you get time afterwards, you may come and you may have an idea, but now I think you should stop learning more and try to concentrate on what you already know. Try to write answer to exam past paper, because I know it's too late now, but still if you haven't write any exam paper, try to write it. And if your tutor is available, try to ask his assistance, try to ask his feedback on your answer scripts, because it will tell you how much improvement is required. Although it's too late, but still something is better than nothing. So you should start, at least you should, because there are approximately 7 days left, so you should at least write 2 to 3 section A question and 2 to 3 section B question. It will give you a lot of confidence. And after writing the first question, try to read the answer of examiner, try to see what you did well, what you couldn't do well, and then try to read the examiner answer report. Let's see what examiner has to say about the what went well in that particular question, right? If your tutor is not available, you can do this exercise. Focus on the embedded requirement part. Now this is extremely important for you all to read the question quite carefully so that you can understand what you have to respond, right? Because there are some times when you get so many things to do in embedded requirement that sometimes you tend to forget something, right? So try to focus on what is required in the question, try to copy and paste it in your answer in your word processor part so that you don't forget it, right? And make a schedule, try to make a schedule and try to stick towards it. How much time you will give to in writing your answer, how much time you will give to revise your syllabus, and if there's some time left, how much time you are supposed to read maybe some disadvantages or advantages part of any specific question, right? If you a specific topic, if you want to revise APM, I have uploaded a lecture by the name of Recap of APM on my YouTube channel and on KKDL platform, so you can go and watch that video too, right? This is extremely important. While writing your answer, try to develop a habit of writing justification of whatever point you are writing. So and I focus, and this is extremely important, because if you are recommending anything, if you are criticizing anything, if you are making any suggestion to any to the company, to the CEO, you must justify that why you think that this point is valid, or this point or this criticism or this suggestion is important. Without justification, examiner will not give you marks, irrespective of the fact that you have written the correct answer. If you are not justifying it, probably you will not get marks, or you will get quite, I mean, if that part is of 2 marks, probably you will get half mark, or maybe you will not get any mark, because justification is extremely important. Explain your points well while writing the answer. That it doesn't mean that you have to write long points. It means that you have to precisely tell the examiner that why you are writing this point, and if anything is not adding value to your answer, you should not write that in your exam paper, because that's going to waste your time. Okay, so try to write whatever is adding value to your answer. And for that, I believe that before writing the answer, you should plan. You have to plan. So take a deep breath, take 2 to 3 minutes to plan your answer, that you how many points you are supposed to write, you will write, and how you will justify those points, because this is extremely important. I mean, writing the whole paragraph and then deleting it because now you are thinking that you wrote incorrect answer that means you have wasted your time, right? So that's extremely important to plan your answer. Usually 1 point is of 1 mark. 1 point is of 1 mark means that it doesn't mean that you have to put 5 or 6 headings for 5 or 6 marks. It means that you have to make sure that you are writing enough material to get the maximum marks, right? Do remember one thing, that when you are writing the answer, if the question is of, let's suppose, 13 marks, generally what happens is that there are approximately 16 to 17 marks are available for that question. So maybe you have not written something which is in your answer script, but you have written something else, right? So let's 17 points are available. You can write up to 17-18 points, right? So if you can grab around 13 points out of 17 points, that's fine. Okay, so point doesn't mean header. Point means that, for example, you are saying that the company should have another KPI, right? So you have identified one more correct KPI and then you have justified it, so probably it will earn 1 to 2 marks. Okay, then if you don't know answer or any topic, let's suppose you are seeing a question and in examination or in while you're practicing your answer script, you saw a question which you know quite well. Sorry if I say something wrong. Suppose there comes a topic which you know quite well. So what the problem of students is that they start writing too much for that topic because they know that topic, right? So it's basically a honey trap. You cannot get more than 13 or 12 marks which are allocated for that part. So don't write too much if you know the answer, and if you don't know the answer, don't waste your time in thinking a lot on that question. Try to attempt the remaining part of other questions, try to attempt the other part of the question paper, and then return to this question. There is no need to do question number 1 first, right? If you are quite scared of paper, then start with part B first, part B one question from part B, and then move to part A, because part A is quite lengthy, right? So part B will give you a lot of confidence during the examination. Think before writing the answer. This is the point I covered initially. Make sure you are connecting your answer with the objectives, problems, changes of the company. That means what? That means, let's suppose you are adopting a new project, or you're adopting some change, right? So that change should be connected with the overall objective of the organization. If someone is asking you about your advice, that what do you think about this change, you have to connect it with the objective of the company, or you have to connect it with the problem with the company is facing. Let's suppose the company is facing an issue of material wastage, right? So if you are going for another type of if you are going for just-in-time management system, you have to connect why you think that JIT is going to help the company in reducing the wastage which is going on in the store department, right? So that's basic, that's a must. If you are writing the generalized answer, examiner will not give you marks, right? So without connecting it with the scenario, you will not get marks in APM paper. So these are few tips from my end while writing your answer, while doing your exam paper. Try to have all these things. And one thing which I generally emphasize, focus a lot, that while making your schedule, while scheduling your 1 week, make sure that you plan your activities so that you can have at least 6 to 7 hours sleep before the paper, right? Because if your exam is scheduled at 2 o'clock, then you should wake up at 12 o'clock. And I mean, you can sleep late, but you have to make sure that you have to take 6 or 7 hours sleep before exam. So if your schedule is out and you're not, I mean there's sometimes when the students study a lot and they don't take care of their sleeping habit. So if your sleeping cycle is out, then it will hurt your exam, right? So in order to be fresh in your during your exam, you have to make sure that you should have a sound sleep before the examination. That is extremely important, right? So whatever you have prepared till now, I think that's the end. I mean that's all, right? Now you just need to recap. You have to write your answer, you have to check your answer, you just have to do the finishing of APM paper, because anything which ends well will make the difference, right? So that's something which is from my side. Try to follow these steps while attempting your APM paper and while doing your practice. Okay, thank you and best of luck for your paper. Take care. Bye bye.